which therapist you need.
Therapy Thursday.
Now on Wild 94.1.
I understand therapy.
Hi, everybody.
All right, Therapy Thursday. We can make a run at it. We got Meredith MD.
Hey.
We got Dr. Davi.
Booyaka!
What?
If your doctor doesn't scream booyaka, did he even go to medical
one.
school?
Did he even go to school?
Do you want to see a
He
doctor
can't hit
that
you
does
with a
that?
booyaka. I'm like, ain't he the Spanish doctor? All right, we got your calls. 888-429-0941. You can shoot us a text. A lot of the texts been coming in here. We've been trying to find people careers.
Yeah.
So we had to sift through and find a few. Let's see what we got.
Out the 863, it says Therapy Thursday. I have been on and off with the father of my son for 12 years. 5 years ago, we got back together and recently called it quits. He claims it has everything to do with the communication in the relationship, but I ended up finding letters he wrote to other girls confessing his love for them. I am so heartbroken. It's been the same cycle since we started dating. I feel lost. I'm literally going through a divorce without being married.
Oh, damn. If it's a cycle, it's going to happen again and again and again. Somebody's got to break the cycle.
I would just
That's
say
you.
that, listen, you are
That's somebody.
You said communication was the problem. He's communicating. He's just not communicating with you. And so the sucky part is that he made his choice. You got to live with that. You know, he's communicating with who he wants to communicate and communicating well, talking about love and all that stuff. So he has an open flow with them and just not with you. So I would say believe a person when they tell you who they are, even by their actions.
Yep.
The action speaks louder than words. So
I got one that stems from our confession earlier today. It says, my college sweetheart and I have been dealing with each other on and off for about 5 years, but only made it official 2 years ago. I absolutely adore her family, but it's a long distance relationship because she still needs to graduate. I've already graduated and I'm working. I met someone 4 months ago and we instantly took off. Vibes were incredible. We think the same. I do everything together. We even play basketball from back in the college days. So we are very, very similar and went on 2 dates. It's very intense without even having sex. So just imagine if something were to happen. I'm stuck right now and I want to choose the new spark, but also I'm in love with my other.
So that's, again, what did I say? Can you be in love with two different people? Two different people because it's two different times. And now the basketball tie-in and everything else, that y'all have shared experiences. So that's giving you a different muscle memory than this other person that you love.
Yes.
So this backs up my whole thing is I believe you can love more than one person.
At the same
time. You can't
time.
be with two people, but you can love both of them. Because, I mean, you're going to end up being with one of them and loving the other person still.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Is that unacceptable though?
It's unfair.
Like if Anthony marries you and he's committed to you and y'all build the family and everything else, but the person who he broke up with, he still has feelings for them, but would never go there because he's loyal to you. That's acceptable. Like, I mean, because we can't turn off our hearts, right?
You can't. But can you? I know you can love two people, but can you be in love with two people?
I hate that.
It's different. It's different.
That's that whole side pimp talk. Like I love you, but I ain't in love. I mean, no, hell no.
It's different feelings.
Love is love. If you love and are committed with somebody, that's great.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that your heart turns off for the person you may have had 5 good years with, and it ended. But you still like, I love their family. I got experiences with them. I can't be with you because I'm with somebody else, but I still love this person. I just feel that's fair.
Got to make a decision, though.
You have to make a decision, but I don't think you have to play yourself to think that the love is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so you want him to test the waters still a little bit?
I don't want him to test the waters, but I just don't want him to answer honestly. Because if his girl asks, do you still love her? Man, people ain't ready to hear that you still love somebody else.
Oh, no. That'll mess up everything.
But I'm from the Hugh Hefner school. You can't just love one person. That just don't happen that way.
Text out to 813. It says, I'm a bad dad. What do you do when your kids tell you no? I've tried spanking, taking things away, yelled at them. Nothing is working. What does everybody else do to discipline your kids?
Nothing's working. Well, you know what? There's no perfect
How
handbook.
young, though? Is this like little kids saying no?
He didn't say.
Like, I mean, like, if this is like a kid, spanking's pretty much don't work if you spank too much. That's what I was told. They become desensitized to it, and then they start using that as a go-to when they get older. So you can't incessantly spank a kid. That's got to be like the the hammer's coming down.
Right.
But there are timeouts. There's all kinds of
Taking
stuff.
away tablets and television,
Taking
computers,
away
Xbox.
any kind of goods.
All of it.
Yeah, make sure that if they're younger, then it could be a ball or what do they call it? The
Passy?
The passy, yeah. It could be any of that. But when they get older, then it's electronics or whatever. So eliminate stuff and tie that to their activity. If they act good, give them more. If they act bad, take things away. And then they start realizing their actions, indicate their access.
Also, consistency is key. If you say something to your kid, like the next time I tell you this, we're doing that, you got to keep your word.
By the way, I'm a fan of mushing a kid in the face. I know you can't. I know you can't. I know. See, 8-year-old, you can. You can mush. I mean, listen, is Frank out of the parking lot?
Yeah,
listen. You can mush a kid in the face. Now, I know they can call that number, and then you might have to talk to some people dressed up like
marks.
him. Just don't leave no marks. But
Right.
you mush that kid in the face. You tell him, listen, you got one more time to show out that you. Just give him the business.
Yeah. Also, having a good conversation. Maybe there's something deeper
you talk
going
after
on.
you mush him in the face. Daddy, you really mush me in my face. You goddamn right. I'm your daddy. I brought you into this world. I'll take you out.
I got one. It says, I was dating this dude and I finally went to his place and I found out he lives in a trailer. I don't want to be dating a trailer park man, but I like him. I know this sounds terrible, but it just is what it is.
Oh,
listen.
Come on. It's hard out here.
It's hard.
And some of these trailers are nice. Have you ever been into triple wide?
Let me tell you.
Yo,
Those are expensive.
First of all, triple wides. Damn it, you chose to be there. Because you could be, triple wide is damn near a 2-3 bedroom house.
Yes,
like,
it
it's
is.
huge.
I don't think
But
that's what he's working with.
I
though.
used to judge people when they said the word trailer. When you think about Eminem, Gary Owen, talk about I grew up in the trailer, you would hear it and
Crack
think
Shack.
a certain way. Crack Shack stories and everything else. But when I went to one of my homies' trailers, it had marble.
Yeah,
Marble.
I don't know if it was
Granite.
marble, but it looked like it,
Marble.
Okay, it
In a
was all right. Maybe it
It
was
was
granite.
laminate.
All right,
It was marble.
It was marble looking. It was marble-ish.
That works.
But it was nice. They had like a big tub in it.
She
and all
said
this
it's
other
a
stuff.
single. She said it's a single. She just texted.
Maybe one day he could be in that triple wide
We got dreams.
with the faux marble.
I mean, if it's marble-ish, I don't care. I think everybody's old type of like very old ideas about trailer life is different. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to spend some time with him and don't write him off. Because, I mean, hell, be there when they come up.
Right.
Don't just be there when he get there. Be there on the come up.
If he
you
wants
listen-
to stay there,
If
that might be
you
a
listen
problem.
to a lot of these like really successful people's stories, they have a lot of these common themes of like, yo, I was homeless, I was sleeping in my car, I was sleeping in a trailer, and then, I worked for years and now look at me, I own an island.
But
or
also,
whatever.
there are other people that don't want to accomplish much. So you probably need to figure that
So
out.
ambition is probably
Yeah.
more important than his current situation.
But if you're
There you
dating
go.
him and his only where he lives is the problem, that means that he must have enough ambition to get you if he got you. So you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's
Yes.
apropos for this whole thing. Be there on the come up. Don't just be there when he arrives, because when he arrives, you're gonna have a lot of competition.
So we like the trailer park man.
Listen, I'm saying where you live should not indicate your access.
But it does.
I-
Because we've all,
but it shouldn't.
We've pulled up to somebody's house. I remember there was this girl that I was talking to, and the first time I went to her house, her room was so messy. Like, I don't know how she even slept on that bed. And it made me totally think of her differently.
I left Ybor with a girl years ago, and I told y'all that's where that random big Rottweiler was outside
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
when I went to the car. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I got there. So it was dark. I didn't know where I was, but I knew I was in the projects.
Right.
And I wasn't comfortable, but I went in fast. And after, it was dark in there, so I didn't really see a lot. But when I came out in the sunlight, I realized, I'm on the side of town I ain't never been to.
Yeah.
And I'm walking to my car, and all I heard behind me was, and I'm like, what is that breathing? It's like a monster.
That's Zeus.
I turned around, that bitch was coming across the playground, and he was coming to bite. And I'm like, ah! And I was in the hood, but she was a dope girl. But I did judge.
And did you sleep with her?
Yeah, that night. But it had already happened.
Right, okay.
The next time it was at my house.
Oh.
But then we never really linked up after
That was enough. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And don't ever forget that Meredith lived in a van.
I did.
So trailer
It
is
was an RV.
a
Whatever
trailer
it
is a
was.
step up from a
It
van.
is, for real. At least a trailer got that marbleish
Now
thing.
look at me.
Meredith just
guys.
had a dashboard. That was it.
She deserves love
And
too.
Meredith's bed was above.
It was
above the cockpit.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
She lived above the
the
dashboard.
cargo
up there.
area.
Yeah. So Meredith was up there where they put the fire extinguisher.
Yep, it
and
was
all
a Class C.
She
That's
had the
what it
penthouse
was.
suite of the van.
Therapy
you.
Thursday is a wrap. We're terrible.